Yeah, Chatterbox, you're too nice. He messaged me, hey, can I ask? Yeah, you can ask a question, man. I mean, we usually
ask away.
Yeah,
I don't want to interrupt anybody. I got two serious questions for you, Sab, but you don't have to answer them because I don't know how this kind of stuff works.
Okay.
Question number one.
Make him answer.
Question number one. Debtor's law. Okay. Is that actually going to happen?
What law? So one more time.
That debtor's law. So if you get arrested and you got debt, you got to work that shit off in prison.
Ooh.
And if it is going to happen, how bad is it going to be? Because I'm going to be real. That it does, to be fair, fuck characters like Chatterbox. It fucks characters like James Randall and shit that don't work. You know what I mean?
Did you get reimbursed on your adoption fraud?
No.
You should. That'll get you out of debt, no?
Yeah, but you could get me out of debt. You get Chatterbox out of debt. But how is Chatterbox not going to go back into debt?
So I'll be honest. I don't know what the idea will be. It's been floated around that the way it's going to work, if you have a large amount of debt, there's jobs going to work in the prison to pay it off to the state, and then you can be released. I don't know how it's going to look like overall. I'm not sure. I can't really elaborate more on that, but that's kind of the idea being discussed. Also, there's an idea being discussed where it's like the prison is like a public queue, where the lifers are basically public players who need to earn whitelist and be set free through role-playing with Carmine and Bobby Charles.
That's cool. So
the
whoever's in charge of that, hopefully they think about, the dumbass characters that float around.
I think maybe starting like a debt forgiveness for everybody, let everybody off with a warning saying, hey, going forward, there's a new law in place. It goes in place, now your previous debt is forgotten, and then you can start fresh now.
Yeah. So the thing that concerns me the most about that whole thing is like I don't know if it'll actually happen or not. It's just concerning that if you do this debtor's law and it does suck, right? So now you're gonna have people that do jobs, banks, whatever. They're gonna target cops more. It's gonna get heated more. There's gonna be more rat things happening because nobody's gonna want to get caught because the work it takes for a lot of crims to get involved and start these crimes, right? Holy fuck, I'm gonna get this much charge now, and if I go into debt now, now I gotta stay in prison, work this shit off. They're gonna be like, nah, we're gonna go hard as fuck on these cops.
Right.
That'll happen.
Right. It becomes sweat and sweat. I get what you're saying.
I think
not clowns, because we don't really do that, but I'm just saying people that do like to go out, get really PvP. It's gonna create a heavy environment again. And I was thinking a lot about that, so I really wanted to ask because it's just something to think about, right? Because who knows how this could all play out down the line, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. It shouldn't be something that really hurts the character so much to where it turns completely different direction. But being in debt should mean something too.
Yeah, no, I understand that I understand too. My other question was, do you think that just looking at how 3.0 kind of went and how the server is now, do you think the server could possibly get a little less grindy as times go on? Because we have civs now, and civs are really important and they're awesome to have. But as the server goes on, more civs are going to start either A, leaving because it's going to be the same old thing all the time,
right?
Or B, they're going to start joining groups, gangs, and stuff like that, which happened in 3.0 as well. There's going to become a time where the civs are going to be gone and the gangs are going to be doing everything, right? That is something we probably don't want.
Correct,
because that might happen.
Right, because it'll make people, gravitate toward being part of a gang or criminal syndicate than actually being a civ.
That's
or
right.
being or go be a cop, right? It'll be like two talent trees: be a criminal or be a cop. And it shouldn't be that way, right? Because then it becomes cops and robbers all the time. So
yeah,
for me, I would recommend giving people who've been role playing their ass off as a civ whitelist. Let somebody run group 6. Let somebody run senior bunts. Let somebody run Mosley's or mechanic shop, right? So where they've earned it, and now they can start having people below them that actually do that role play, right? So that would be my recommendation.
Okay,
gotcha. It's actually, by the way, Chatterbox, amazing questions that I'm so sorry, this is gonna be really cringe. Chatterbox, those were amazing questions that we actually dove deep into and discussed on Roleplay Podcast, Noobs of NoPixel, where we talked to, don't roll your eyes at me, Rachel, where we talked
it was deserved.
Where we talked to Squeaks about this very thing, because the thing was like, why is a character like, and I think it hurt a lot of people to see a character like Vivek Ramaswamy having to grind just to have money. And we kind of I've talked to Sab about this. Allegedly might be in talks with some of the devs about this, but I think this idea of whitelisting certain, and I'm not even saying whitelisting like money or like businesses, but like I would even say like a character like Chatterbox. I could see a world, or even a character like Blau, right? I see a world where certain whitelisted things should probably be there for a lot of people who are kind of just doing pure roleplay. S-Fan kind of described this server as like a mix of like action gameplay in GTA and MMO and then roleplay. And it's like for the people who are really just focusing on roleplay, giving them stuff doesn't really matter. They're not really affecting the like MMO side of it, right? Like, for instance, we could give Chatterbox cool tools and stuff, and it's like you're not going to take that and be like, all right, well, time to go hit Maze Bank with this, right? Like, your character's not going to go and like, time to go compete with, I don't know, the company in CG or something, right? You're not like, it's a different sort of avenue of role play going on. So I 100% agree with that.
And I think one thing we should do on NoPixel, in my opinion, this is just from my idea I'm throwing to the world, is we should also promote content creators who are doing a good job on the server, on the loading screen. Maybe somebody's having an event in game, broadcast the whole entire city. Promote the civilian roleplay and the event aspect of it to where it's not always PvP. It's not always PvE. It's not always farming or grinding. Have a way to where other content creators can also be placed out there, especially small ones or big ones, doesn't matter, who are doing an amazing job. Promote them, right? Show the world, hey, these are the best role players, right? And just go from there.
Like, you guys, look what you guys did with Carmine. That was like the biggest brain move I've ever seen. Like, giving Carmine and Bobby Charles, that prison was like, prison's so fun. You go in there and they're there, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding. It's so much fun, and it's just purely just role play fun. That's all it is, and it's big brain move. Like that was huge. That was huge. Like, one of my big goals is like I don't really like want to have anything for Chatterbox really. Like, the funhouse has always been like the spot, right? And I've always wanted to like try to do stuff there, and actually like I never actually like submitted it like to anybody. I had this like huge PowerPoint presentation, and I was going to invest in this, right? Made this huge PowerPoint in 3.0 to actually like see if it was possible to have like development work and stuff, because I had so many ideas. I can get cops, crims, anybody involved come to Grapeseed in this fun house and do stuff. I had so many ideas. I just never ended up doing it because I didn't know if it was possible or not, right? Like, I don't know how these things work or who to talk to, right? But it's something I do want to try to push for if it is an option, right?
Right, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, imagine y'all have like, in-game or in-character like quest you have to go on to build a fun house, or
right,
to do a construction RP behind it, right? Like things like that.
So good.
Or just in the city. Like, imagine as a civ worker, your job actually went to building a construction site on Cyprus. Like, imagine you as a lumberjack, your wood that you did every single day went down there and helped build the city, right? So you felt like your job mattered.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's perfect. That's perfect.
That'd be sick, because it would give a purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have a hard time finding purpose in the server.
After the podcast, DM me. I know a guy. I'm not even kidding, by the way.
My man.
Yeah,
it would allow for more RP and just like seeing your work go into something and like kind of give purpose. Oh, it'd be so good.
Yeah, it'd be good. I feel like I love to see like a construction job. Like, I remember on another server I was playing on, like, you could, I mean, it reset every time you did the job, but you could actually like go to the houses that were under construction and you could actually build them.
You build them,
It would take a long time and you get paid. It was like, I don't care if it resets every time. It's really, really fun.
That's cool.
I've never had so much fun doing civ jobs in my life. It was actually really sick. And I'd love to see it on NoPixel. But I saw like the massive construction that's like going down in Cypress Flats, I think, on the big old popular street. It goes down. I'm keen to see what that is, because I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking massive.
And I think, by the way, I'll just say, I think NoPixel as a server is actually just actually amazing, and I love all the base foundations of stuff that they've set up in the server, and I think it's all really good. What you're talking about, Chatterbox, is I actually do think this is like their next step, kind of talking about what you guys want in the future of NoPixel. A little bit less of the grinding. Like, yeah, I think they basically at this point can selectively pick out a few role players who've been dedicated to good role play and either do some dev projects for them, give them some whitelists, and basically help build out that kind of, I guess you could say, like the non-MMO role play, that like pure role play into the server more.
Would be really cool. Would be really cool.